Hello, my name is Zaman Khandelwal and I'm here to tell you how you can become a web developer from a sketch. Like, if you even don't know anything, that's not a problem. I will show you how to set up a local server on your desktop and start trying new scripts and um, show how to develop a complete websites, web development projects. Uh, First, we need to set up things on our local server. I will suggest you downloading Vim server for Windows platform, as it provides everything pre-compiled in a single installation file. It gives you a ready-made Apache MySQL PHP server. You can download it from vimserver.com. After you download and install web server, you will get a local host ready on your system, and you can see it tells you about the loaded extensions your PHP version. Like in my case, it's 5.4.16, Apache version 2.4.4, MySQL version, and other tools. Like in, I will show you how to create a database and how to create a website from scratch. So I've already created a base directory for my project with the name tests, as I will be showing you how to make tutorials and other things. By default, the username of the PHP MyAdmin installation is root. There is no password for the same. So we now log in into our PHP MyAdmin and we'll be creating a database. For creating a database, I will suggest you go type the command create database text and terminator. So now we have a database ready for our system. As you can see, there are no tables in this database currently. Now we shall create for our first table for our users who join our websites. Like, the attributes we will be needing is name, username, email address, password, and ID. 5-column table will be sufficient in the beginning. Rest we can add afterwards. The first one, ID. The type is for the data type, like in decimal. For ID, I would suggest using int, as the numbers, a unique number will be given to every user. Length values, leave it, and auto increment. Then we need the other text to be username, 24 characters in len. It should be unique, as every user will has his own username. Then first name, uh, make it only name, email, uh, password. For email, we will go with text. Same with the name. For password, also text. Then storage engine will be MySQL. It's default for storing the content. Then now we create our table. So as you can see, this is our first table, and now we have a database with a user table in it. Now let's start building the script that will deal with the database. And now I'm using Notepad++. It has got its own syntax highlighter and it's very comfortable to use. Now we shall be creating a index file for our project. Index file is the default file that executes when anyone visits your website. So let's create index.php for us. Now we even need to create a connection file for the database. Let's say php db.php. This file will store our database configuration, like database host, local host, our db name, search. You should replace the DB name with your own that you create in your server. Then our user root, then our DB pass, leave it blank as we don't have a password yet. Now we shall create a connection with our database. MySQL connect is the command for this thing. So db host, db user, db password. Now to check whether the connection was created or not, if not on, we are sure to see the MySQL error that got there, else we will select our database, that's DB name. Now after the database file is ready, we will include it into our system. With db.php include once, as the database file is only required once in the program, so we have used the command include once to include this file. Now what we need is create a login program for our users. Session start. Now we will check if the session is set, then or not. Session user. Logged in. This checks you are logged in will appear on the screen if the session of a user will be active, else we will give him an option to log in. For that, first we need to create a check in between for the post data that we will receive from the user. It will be the post array from where we will get the information about the user, and the password that our user will enter. Also we shall check it in this step only whether all the details have been filled or not. $post or we shall keep it for the next step. Now if now we should take the post data into separate variables. Here we got the username and the password of our user into a separate variable for each from the post array. Now we shall check whether the details have been actually filled or not by checking the input. Now the user should not equal to a blank space, should not be a blank, and password should also be not equal to a blank. It happens, else we will give a message. please log in. Please enter all the details. It said we will run an SQL query to check whether the user exists or not. Select abstract from user there. Now before we proceed, we should confirm the column names we have used earlier. Like for username we have used uname. Uname is equal to $user, and for password we have used password is equal to $password. Now we shall execute a MySQL query and find out whether the user exists in our database or not. After that, we shall also check how many users exist or not. MySQL rows tells you the number of rows returned in the query MySQL visit. As we are proceeding, now we create a session. If the row is equal to 1, that means there exists a record for the user, and we generate a session for the user. Session user is equal to user. Else we shall prompt a message that the user does not exist. User does not exist. Now that we have all the things prepared for the system, we shall create a login form for the user to enter the details. Form action, like it's on the index page itself, and it's a PHP method equal to post, as we are using the post array to receive the data. Now we shall take our username, input type equal to text, name equal to user, and for password we need the same, input type equal to password. The input type in this case is password, as we will not prefer showing the other person our passwords. Then we will create a submit button. Value equal to login. Now we save our file and refresh our browser window and test JavaScript. Oh my god, there are being a bit error. The undefined variables should be here to the user share as software. advantage of using localhost is we can debug our files very easily. As you can see, I have myself created a few errors. Like now, I just click on login without. Please enter all the details. For the input settings, now I just enter anything. Should the user does not exist. As you can see, we put a check in our script for the existence of the user from our database. Now, since we do not have a registration program prepared, we will generate an entry ourselves. Test user, name tester, email info@gmail.com. It's my personal email address that I've been using. Password 2556. And now, as you can see, we have generated a record in our database for the user test user with password. And now, if we log in, it will be just as easy as that. We will enter test user 123456 and we log in. As you can see, we are logged in now. So this was a basic tutorial about how to create a user manual. In the upcoming videos, I will be telling you how to create a registration form, how to and other things associated to database queries and various other things that you can add on into your content management systems. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want more updates about PHP development. This was the beginning. The source files will be soon uploaded on my blog. I will update it in the text below as well. Thank you. Have a nice day.